Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with one more Black Widow Deadly Origin video from the Content Creator Program. I was granted this character temporarily as a Rank 3 champion, and then I'm also in the Act 7 beta. So on the beta, I still had the champion, so I took her up to Rank 5, and I'm very, very happy that I did, and I had this opportunity to check her out, because I like her so much more up at rank 5 than I did at rank 3, and you're gonna notice, man, there is a stark difference between rank 3 and rank 5 in this character, man. So the thing about Act 7 is that there really aren't too many lanes that she's even possible to use on, okay? Act 7 is extremely champion specific so far, which is a different topic for a different day. But there are two lanes where she's definitely possible to use on, and this is one of them. She's not perfect for this lane at all, but this is the power struggle lane and also unblockable specials. And, it kind of sucks having unblockable specials on that Doctor Strange's special too, but lucky for me, I'm very used to just dexing out that special now, so it's not too big of a problem here. But as you can see, man, I've been rambling here for about 60 seconds in this fight, and Doctor Strange was already dead. Now that is a huge improvement over that 3-minute slugfest against Winter Soldier when he didn't even die, when she was at rank 3, right? Alright, up next we have this Vision here, okay? And this Vision is going to be taking even more damage from the shock because, well, he's a robot, and robots take more damage from shock in this game. So, as you can see, those shocks there are ticking for about 450 per tick, right, per shock, and those are going, I think, per half second, so that's really about, let's just call it 900, give or take, about 900 damage from the shock, from each shock per second. And you can keep stacking those shocks up and up and up. Now after a while, that gets pretty nutty, man. And now, whenever you have a shock on the opponent and you toss off that special 3, you're going to be doing a ridiculous amount of passive shock damage. Like, seriously ridiculously high damage. Even at rank 3, it was pretty impressive damage. That was like pretty much the only place that you were actually getting some good damage out of Black Widow when she was at rank 3. So, as you can see here, Black Widow's getting through this fight just fine. She's not perfect for this lane. She's not perfect for power struggle in general, but she can absolutely get the job done. So here we just have to build right back up to one more special 2, and then this fight is going to be down the drain. Boom, look at all of that passive damage, man. That's about 35,000 damage just in passive shock damage. That's pretty good, man. Now, this next fight, there is not a chance in hell that I was soloing this fight, this Hyperion on power struggle. There's no way it's happening, so what I'm going to try and do is just nuke this guy down as fast as I possibly can. I want to see how much damage I can possibly get against this guy, before he kills me, before he gets to a special 3. Now, I build up to a special 2, boom, 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 not too bad. Because of power struggle, I got that special 1, he went to dash in at me, I got that off. I was hoping he would come in at me again so I could throw the flashbang, but he went for the special 3, but in 28 hits, we got him down about half health. That's not too bad, man, that's some pretty decent damage. Alright, up next we have a much more generic lane that Black Widow is going to be much better on. This is going to be the Vigorous Assault and Arc Overload lane, okay? They also have stun vulnerability, but because of the Arc Overload, they're going to have a regeneration at the beginning of the fight, which means they're going to be unblockable. So I'm basically going to play this entire lane as if it is stun immune, and I want to do that anyway, just because they have that stun vulnerability, so they're going to be taking more damage when they're stunned, and I just want to show you her damage at her base as if it wasn't boosted at all. Okay, I have no boost running whatsoever. I have no attack synergies going with me. This is just Black Widow at her base, alright? So as you can see here, the process when I play her is pretty simple. You just want to build up to a special 2, and then usually you have to do that again, and the fight is over with her at rank 5. Now, if she was a 6-star rank 3, if you were a person, who was lucky enough to have 2 extra skill catalysts after taking her stealth Spidey up to rank 3, if you know anybody like that, let me know. And you pulled a 6-star Black Widow, and you decided maybe I'll take her up to rank 3, well, that one special 2 would have killed that X-23, alright? And this is like as end game as opponents come. They have about 300,000 health, so 300,000 health from one cycle up to a special 2 is not too bad at all, man. Now you'll see here I am running the Nick Fury and Quake synergy. A, for a safety net, because I'm pretty much playing it stun immune and I'm going to be going for some more risky intercepts. And B, well, Black Widow also kind of benefits a lot from that synergy. You know, when she passively evades an attack with the Nick Fury synergy, well, when she does that, she's going to be placing a shock on the opponent, just like Wasp does. You know, that's really cool. That's an interaction that I really like there. Unfortunately, it doesn't place the Sabotage debuff as if it was from the Special 1 evade, but that's totally fine. You're really not missing too much from there. Now, one thing you'll note, my Widow's Insight in this fight is pretty much already maxed out, and I wasn't trying to max it out whatsoever at all, man. Alright, up next we have this Namor here, and I believe I forgot that he was unblockable in the beginning. I went for a parry there, but shout out to the Nick Fury synergy coming in clutch with 3 shocks right off the bat. You know, my goal in these fights is I'm just trying to nuke these opponents down as fast as I possibly can, keeping that Widow's Insight active pretty much the entire fight, so that all of my hits are going to be placing crazy shock damage on the opponent. Boom, 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 there is a Sabotage debuff up as well. Counter his heavy with my heavy, get that little stun on him, get some of those nice shocks up on the guy. He has 5, 6 shocks on him at the beginning there. He was blocking all healing because I had to spare at 3 out of 3. Not too bad at all, man. Boom, counter another heavy, get that stun, go right in. He's in Imperious Rex now, so I could toss off that special 2, be totally safe. Look at all of that damage, man. If that last hit crit, he would have been dead, but it's no big deal at all because we're going to go in here, we're going to stack up those shocks, bait out one more special 2, and this guy is going to be absolutely down the drain. That was just a crazy fight there. Up next, we have a very interesting one here, man. We have an Ultron, and like I said earlier, robots are going to be taking more damage from shock debuffs, but all of her medium attacks, and I believe her light attacks as well, they give off energy damage, okay? And Ultron's SIG ability, well, he heals from energy damage. So it's kind of interesting, you know, the more shocks that we have up on Ultron, well, you know, the less we're going to be seeing that healing because of despair, but it's still definitely present throughout the fight, and compared to the amount of damage over time on the shocks, it's kind of negated and it's not that big of a deal, but it's definitely noticeable. We're still going to get him down in about 2 special 2s, so there's really not too much to complain about here. And you know, like I've said earlier, this lane isn't perfect necessarily for Black Widow, but there's really nothing stopping her from doing it. Here we have, look at that, we have 7. We had 7 shocks up on the guy, and that was blocking all of that energy damage healing like I was talking about, and he just went absolutely down in 2 special 2s. Like, you can't really ask for anything better there. You know, she's doing very, very good when it comes to the damage. Up next, we have a Venom the Duck here, okay? Same deal. We have the Vigorous Assault. We go right in here. Get him over in the corner, go for some intercepts there, nice. Alright, we got the Widow's Insight active now, so all of our light attacks can be placing those shocks. And you know, like I've said many times now, you don't want to be trying to activate the Widow's Insight. It's gonna happen naturally. Just let it happen, and don't worry about building them up, okay? Here we're throwing off a really big special 2. We got 5 shocks up on the opponent. 1 special 2, this guy is down to 40% health already, man. So Venom the Duck, you know, he's going to proc that regeneration buff, so he's pretty much going to be unblockable for this entire fight, okay? So here we're just baiting out that special attack. We always want to beat the special 1 instead of the special 2 when it comes to Venom the Duck. It's just a lot simpler and easier to evade. Boom, 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 hit into his block, bait out that special 1, get right in there, go for a little intercept here. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Go for the special 2, and look at all that damage, man. I'm really, really liking her special 2, man. Up next, we have a very interesting fight, man, and this one, you know, she has that miss counter, okay, and as you'll see right here, when the guillotine makes her miss, look at that, man, she gets that passive evade, and I'm gonna go back into this fight, obviously, because I got a little cocky there, and I wanted to see how many times I can get that passive evade on her, but I guess if the Widow's Insight falls off, I guess it doesn't come back up, but that's totally fine. Here, we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to go for that again. I'm going to try to get that passive evade. And there, look at that. That's really cool, man. You know, you get that passive evade when you miss, and then you get the flashbang there. and then you toss off the flashbang and you get to the other side of the map, and then you can kind of like get yourself situated throughout the fight again. I think that's a really cool mechanic. It's definitely not the best counter to miss in the entire game, but it's definitely very nice to have. You know, I wouldn't pick her over Human Torch or Nick Fury when it comes to countering miss, but it's definitely not the worst one out there. Going right in here after her special 2, stacking up all those shocks, and again, Guillotine 2099. She is a robot, so she is going to be taking some nice shock damage as well. Here, the special 1 has a lot of distance, so it doesn't even matter that we missed the first part of it. Here, you know, I got that passive evade from the special 1, and I wanted to try to get her to throw that basic attack, but here's one massive downside to Black Widow's evade there. She can't evade the special attacks, so if you take a special attack while you're trying to bait out, you know, a basic attack to get that evade, well, you're probably gonna die. So that's not the best thing in the world. Alright, up next we have a new node here, and that is Arrogance. So every 10 hits on the attacker's combo meter, it flex them with the Falter passive. Falter causes their attacks to miss and last 1 second for every 10 hits on the attacker's combo meter. So you're gonna be seeing that miss mechanic a lot in this fight, and here's a situation where her 90% reduced defensive ability accuracy is going to come very much in handy here. You're going to see a lot whenever we throw our medium attacks miss failed on the right side of the screen. Alright, you're seeing that a lot. So you see miss failed, and then we're going to get that passive evade counter there. So that's going to come in handy for pretty much the entire fight here, man. So now he's got the sabotage debuff on him. Alright, he's getting all those shocks. We're racking up those debuffs for despair. But look at that, man. Look at what just happened right there. We got that passive falter in the middle of our special 2. We missed it, and then he went in for a basic attack afterwards, but we evaded it because we missed. That's a crazy mechanic, man. It's a very interesting way to counter miss, okay? So now at this point in the fight, I was getting very curious to see how much advantage I can take of that miss mechanic, and I started to just play very haphazardly, and I don't recommend you play her like this where you just continually try to miss, but I wanted to see how reliable it was. And you know what? I was like pretty impressed here, man. I was pretty impressed with it, you know. Here's the thing, if they're under 1 bar of power, well, you're gonna have a good time with it. If they're above 1 bar of power, well, you're not. Here, you know, I kept doing the same thing, and I was just trying to get that passive evade on me. And when the Widow's Insight is not active, well, you're not going to get it. That's the thing. So that's one time when you have to keep your eye on the Widow's Insight. Here, I was just going in and missing over and over and over, but I had it up. Got a little cocky there. Like I said, you got to keep an eye on the Widow's Insight in that situation. And I didn't have it, and I went in for a medium when I shouldn't have, and I got punched in the face. But it's all good, man. You know, we were just messing around there, trying to see some damage, trying to see what her utility looks like as a rank 5 champion. So, my dudes, let me know what you think in the comments below. Tell me how you feel about her damage at rank 5. I'll tell you one thing, man. She's not the best for the 2 lanes here in Act 7, but she absolutely got the job done. I did that entire Vigorous Assault lane just with her. I didn't solo every fight, but I soloed most of the fights that you saw there, okay? She did a very good job, and her damage over time, it gets pretty nutty at rank 5 when you stack those shocks up, and she clearly has some utility that looks like it's going to age well with time. So, let me know what you think about that damage. I'm personally very impressed with the damage over time, and I'm very happy with this champion at rank 5. So my dudes, if you enjoyed this, leave it a like. Again, comment what you like about Black Widow, and subscribe if you want to see some more content coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around.